like Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory. Album once, D-Wood.
Lauren? No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at
a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're just telling me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share.
Why? I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, you know, it's just an experience in the physical form. And we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue.
Recently, Diddy's team released controversial recordings featuring Lauren London, leading to speculation about her possible involvement in Nipsey Hussle's passing. Rumors suggest that Lauren may have provided information against Nipsey, her former partner. The situation is becoming increasingly complicated, with claims that this could have been a premeditated setup. For those following the Hollywood gossip scene, this revelation may not be surprising. Reports indicate that numerous dubious recordings are circulating, allegedly revealing prominent celebrities entangled in Diddy's most secretive affairs. Indeed, there are claims of these tapes being offered to various individuals. These recordings are not merely festive party footage, they involve serious illicit activities and shocking incidents that could leave viewers astonished. It is rumored that many of the celebrities featured were unaware they were being recorded. Industry insiders like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal have been cautioning for some time that these tapes would eventually surface. Now, with Diddy's trial underway, the situation is rapidly deteriorating, drawing more celebrities into the controversy associated with his alleged misconduct, his underground lifestyle, and some deeply troubling dealings. Diddy was unaware that his residence contained 250 tape recorders. While the house is quite large, the presence of 250 tape recorders is notable. Many of the celebrities mentioned do not deny attending Diddy's parties. However, they are quick to assert that they leave before the more chaotic events unfold. These clandestine after-hours gatherings are rumored to have taken a darker turn. It is important to acknowledge that one does not repeatedly visit a questionable location unless they are involved in the activities taking place. Notably, Lauren London appeared on the first day of jury selection, indicating that there was illicit activity on the darknet, with videos being circulated and intended for sale, as Medidler is in need of financial resources. I previously mentioned this. Her name was brought up alongside Kanye's when jurors were queried about their recognition of any high-profile attendees, including Cassie, Lauren London, and several others. Their names are now publicly known, and individuals are no longer remaining silent. They are asking significant questions. Why was Lauren mentioned at all? Is there a connection between her and the swirling rumors surrounding Nipsey's passing? Was she genuinely loyal to him, or could she have been playing sides, harboring secrets, and possibly possessing more knowledge than she has disclosed? This situation is becoming increasingly complicated. Reports suggest that Nipsey's passing was not a random act of violence. Rather, some are alleging it was a calculated act, a deliberate display of power. Nipsey was not merely an ordinary rapper. He was rapidly gaining prominence, and was not conforming to the industry's expectations. Allegedly, he refused to submit to the system. The gatekeepers observed his movements, which resembled those of royalty rather than a mere pawn. This level of independence posed a threat to some influential figures at the top. Following Diddy's arrest, the entire situation began to unravel. Allegations surfaced suggesting that Diddy himself may have orchestrated the events surrounding Nippy. It is important to remember that Nippy was only 33 years old when he was tragically shot in broad daylight outside his Marathon store on March 31, 2019, sustaining multiple gunshot wounds. There seems to be a tendency for people to overlook the involvement of both her and Lauren London. It is quite amusing how names are often omitted, and the true facts are not thoroughly examined. While Eric Holder was apprehended and sentenced to 60 years, there have been long-standing rumors that he was merely the individual holding the weapon. The true mastermind remains at large, manipulating events from the shadows. It is precisely for this reason that Diddy's name continues to emerge in discussions. Jaguar Wright has been vocally asserting that Diddy allegedly possessed far more knowledge than he has ever disclosed. The situation becomes even more complex with reports suggesting that he did not act alone. Supposedly, Someone close to Nippy was providing Diddy with insider information, someone who would not raise any suspicions. Now, attention is shifting towards Lauren London. Even Nippy alluded to this during his interview on The Breakfast Club while he was still alive. When viewed from this perspective, the narrative begins to shift dramatically. Fans are now questioning whether Lauren was merely Nippy's girlfriend, or if she served as Diddy's informant. Many believe she was strategically placed to monitor Nippy and track his every move, maybe even steer his choices behind the scenes. The streets were loud about this for a while, saying Lauren and Diddy were way too close for comfort, like suspiciously close. Some even say she might have been one of Diddy's mules or yacht girls, just like how Young Miami's name gets thrown around. And now that might be why the courts got their eye on her. They know what type of monster you were. Lauren? No, I'm saying Lauren. Lauren introduced me to Puff. I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, we were at. Old photos pop back up showing Lauren and Diddy looking real cozy, while Nippy's off to the side looking like he ain't even part of the vibe. After Nippy passed, Lauren sat down with Angie Martinez for an interview. And that's when things started sounding real off. She said it was Diddy who helped her deal with the grievance, but it's what he told her that had people doing double takes. Puff allegedly told her, "Look, boo up with the biggest rapper at the time. Everything's great. By the way, isn't she Lauren the one that introduced Nip?" Diddy couldn't even get to Nip even though he had ties in LA. It was Lauren that brought Nip. "You showed everyone what it looks like to hold a man down and love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." Like what? Who even says that unless there's a way deeper connection going on behind the scenes? And fans caught something else. Diddy called her Boo, the exact same name Nippy used to call her. That little detail had folks raising eyebrows fast. Why would Diddy use a name so personal? That's what's got people scratching their heads. But hold up, it gets even weirder. In that same interview, Lauren told Angie she had gone to a death seminar before Nippy passed away. Angie looked stunned and fans straight up spooked. Like seriously, what are the odds? Who goes to a whole seminar on grievance before losing their man? Unless they saw something coming. It's giving a premonition or something more profound, reminiscent of the claims that Diddy purchased a solid gold coffin for Kim Porter months prior to her passing. Were you just informing me of this now? I understand. Please elaborate. Why? I have a friend. What was your purpose for being there? What insights did you gain? I have come to realize that death is not the end. Rather, it is merely an experience within the physical realm. We are attached to our identities, yet we are fundamentally souls that persist indefinitely. If you share a spiritual bond with someone while on Earth, that connection endures beyond this life. I attended a 2-day seminar focused on death. When one examines the connections, Diddy's unusual closeness to Nipsey Hussle begins to appear less coincidental and more like a carefully orchestrated plan. Nipsey was not deeply entrenched in the industry. He was pursuing his career independently. However, Lauren had the necessary connections and opened doors for him. Once he entered those circles, Diddy became heavily involved in Nipsey's career, even contributing to Victory Lap, Nipsey's most significant project. At the time, fans viewed this as a fortunate opportunity, but now there are questions regarding whether it was a concealed scheme. Recently, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, asserted that Nipsey was the one who sought Diddy's assistance in shaping Victory Lap. This revelation only intensifies the speculation. Victory Lap was intended to resonate like the Notorious B.I.G.'s Life After Death, reflecting the legacy and impact Nipsey aspired to achieve. Consider that for a moment. The album Life After Death was released following Biggie's passing. Gene Deal remarked that this decision was Nippy's most significant error. How long ago did this occur? I must have been around 25 years old. What led you to this conclusion? Do you find it unusual? I consider myself peculiar. No, it is not strange that you would go. Rather, it seems as though you were mentally preparing for the challenges ahead. I previously mentioned my lack of connection to Earth during my youth. I understand, but do you not perceive this as a form of preparation for what you would eventually face? Once Diddy became involved, the situation changed dramatically. He became deeply entrenched in Nippy's life. Before long, Nippy was spending more time at Diddy's residence than recording in the studio. Fans noted a significant shift during this period. Nippy appeared tired, stressed, and worn out, as if something was troubling him. His demeanor changed noticeably. The prevailing theory suggests that Diddy viewed Nip as a potential threat, an assertive, independent voice emerging from the streets who was unwilling to conform to Hollywood's expectations. When faced with an uncontrollable individual, the response is often to eliminate the threat. However, it is important to note that someone had to facilitate that transition, and many are involving Lauren in this scenario. This raises a critical question: what did Lauren truly know? With the alleged recordings now linked to Diddy's inner circle, the narrative is rapidly evolving. Perhaps Lauren was not merely grieving Nippy, she may have been concealing something more significant, something orchestrated behind the scenes. The jury selection process has been intriguing, with candidates being questioned about their personal connections to or perceptions of various celebrities. The games of speculation have begun without any clear explanation as to why, at least for now, my friends. Everyone is attempting to draw connections between the well-known figures and the troubled rap artist. With the trial underway and her name officially brought into the courtroom, perhaps we will finally uncover the truth that has remained hidden for far too long. Naturally, the internet has erupted with various opinions. Some argue that if Nipsey had succumbed to the pressures like others, yielding to Diddy and engaging in unethical practices, he might still be alive today. However, he chose to remain steadfast, maintaining his integrity and spirit. This is why some believe his life ended. The marathon continues, and evil does not prevail indefinitely. Nipsey's legacy endures. Ayita, who claims to possess insight beyond this realm, has made her assertions clear. Lauren played a significant role in these events, despite not being entitled to the financial gains. Shortly thereafter, she secured a deal with Puma. There are rumors about exchanges between him and Jay-Z, with suggestions of life swapping and soul snatching. Ada has consistently remarked on Lauren's grievance, suggesting it lacked authenticity. Nipsey's admirers expressed their sorrow more publicly than she ever did. Although I did not know him personally, the impact was profound. The tribute message she shared appeared contrived, void of genuine emotion. Who remains so composed after losing a partner? The atmosphere feels genuinely unsettling. What are your thoughts? Please share your opinions in the comments, like this video, subscribe, and prepare for the next installment, as this investigation delves much deeper.